Hello students, welcome back. So we have started with the haloalkanes and haloarenes and we have covered till its preparation. Fine. So today we'll look at the nature of CX bond. Nature of CX bond in haloalkanes. Okay, CX bond in haloalkanes. Okay, so let's see what's the nature. See, CX bond, here halogen is more electronegative than carbon. Okay, this you all know. This is more electronegative. Fine. So what will happen? We know that what is electronegativity from 11th standard. That electronegativity is the property or the tendency of an element to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself. So these are the shared pair, that is the covalent bond is there, shared pair of electrons. So this will be attracted by the halogen towards itself, resulting in what? Partial negative charge over halogen and partial positive charge over carbon. It means it is attracting the electron density of the carbon towards itself. Fine. So it means carbon is becoming electron deficient and this is becoming electron rich. Fine. So due to this, electron rich species you know that known as nucleophile and electron deficient species is known as electrophile. Fine. So here carbon center, it acts as an electrophilic center and the halogen it acts as a nucleophilic center. So due to this reason, haloalkanes undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, we'll discuss what are nucleophilic substitution reaction. As halogens, they are acting as a nucleophile, so this can easily be substituted by the other nucleophile. It means you can say that will be more stronger than this, then only displacement can takes place. Okay, so this is the nature. So what we can conclude from here, that haloalkanes undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. It will also undergo other reaction, we'll see later on. So this is the nature. Okay, and if we want to have a look on its hybridization, then what kind of hybridization it is having in let's say this is simple alkyl chloride. Okay, this is sp3 hybridization. Okay, so CX bond, this carbon is having sp3 hybridized. So this is the only nature. Okay, now let's discuss its physical properties. Very important again. Physical properties. Physical properties, what we have to study? See its physical state. Second, its boiling point, important one. And then solubility, important one. Sorry. Solubility. And then dipole moment. Okay, so this is important, this is and this one. Okay, which usually asked in the reasoning questions. So let's start with the first one, physical state. So as you all know that on increase in the size of the molecule, van der Waals forces increases. Okay, it means it will, if it is increasing, it is bringing the atoms of the molecules closer to each other. Fine. So you will find that higher members of the haloalkanes will be solids. Okay. So its lower member are gases. Okay. Then you can say that gases at room temperature. Carbon containing up to 18 atoms consider as liquids, and more than 18 carbon, more than 18 carbon atoms acts as solids. So this is about the physical properties. Lower members like first, second, third, so on are you can say they are gases, and up to 18 they are liquids, and greater than that, more higher members are solids. Okay, so let's talk about the important point, that is boiling point. Now boiling point also, you know, you have studied in the 11th standard. Again the same concept you have to apply. Boiling. Let's see in general first that boiling point is related to what? Boiling point is directly proportional to van der Waals forces of attraction. Okay, that is directly proportional to molecular size as well, and inversely proportional to branching. This is in general about the boiling point. Now this haloalkanes have higher boiling point than alkanes, simple alkanes, because these are the derivatives of alkanes. So why? Let's see why. So this is one of the statement. Haloalkanes have higher boiling point than alkanes. Let's see why. What is the difference? Here haloalkanes, here only alkanes. So let's see what is the effect of this halogen. As we have seen, the bond is polar in nature. The CX bond, this is polar in nature, but on the other hand, the bond CH which is present in the alkane, it's non-polar. Non-polar, this is polar bond, charge separation is there. So polarity, it leads to boiling point. That's why they are having more boiling point as compared to the alkane. So this is one of the reason, basic reason behind this. Now this is a comparison with alkanes. Okay, because of the polarity they are having higher boiling point. Okay, so here is no separation of charge. No charge separation. So less boiling point. And here high boiling. Okay, because of charge separation. Now further we will discuss by applying the concept of boiling point. Suppose if we are having the series of haloalkanes having the different halogen, let's consider same alkyl group. First point is same alkyl group but different halogen. Okay, so this is a series CH3 methyl chloride. Okay, let's start with the fluoride. Methyl fluoride, methyl chloride, methyl bromide and methyl iodide. As we know that down the group size increases, so iodine is having more size. Yes, so more the molecular mass, more the size, more will be the van der Waals forces of attraction and more will be the boiling point. So this is the order here. Okay, that more is the size of the halogen atom, higher will be the boiling point. Boiling point as more attraction, that is van der Waals forces will be there. Okay, so this is one of the possibility, one of the series. Halogen is different, alkyl group is same. Now we'll take the different situation, that same halogen but different alkyl group. So let's see how boiling point will vary in that case. Second is same halogen but different alkyl group. Fine. So let's take methyl chloride, then ethyl chloride, then propyl chloride, then butyl chloride. Fine. So this is the order. Again, more the size here, more the size of the alkyl group, higher is the boiling point. This is the reason here. Again, more will be the size because van der Waals forces are directly proportional to molecular size, so directly proportional to the boiling point will be higher. Now we'll take the different situation. Third is compounds with branching. Okay, as we have seen, boiling point is inversely proportional to branching. For example, let's consider chlorobutane this is one of the branching, and then the next one is next possibility is this is, you can write it like this. Fine, and one is the possibility is this one. So halogen is same. See here, the branching is more. Two alkyl groups are substituted on the same carbon. Here one methyl group is substituted on the same carbon. Okay, so this is the order here. This is having more boiling point than this, and then this is having more boiling point than this, because this you can say that more the surface area, more will be the what? More will be the interaction. So in that case, the boiling point will be more. Here the branching is less. Oh, sorry, more branching is there, surface area is less. Okay. So here, less surface area, more branching. So this we have seen in the 11th standard also, that how boiling point varies with the branching. So straight chain has the more boiling point. This is N-butyl chloride. This is iso butyl chloride. IUPAC name you can write, and this is neo butyl chloride, that is tertiary, and this is secondary. Fine. I hope this is clear to everyone what is secondary carbon and all, because we have done in the 11th standard that secondary carbon is attached to the two more carbon atoms. Primary is with 1 or 0 carbon atoms, and the tertiary with the 3 other carbon atoms. So 1, 2, 3 secondary, that is this one. 1, 2, sorry, 2 other carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3 here. Then here it is 4. Okay. Then here this is attached to only 1 carbon. Okay, we have to see this one. Here it is also attached to, this carbon is 2 other carbons. Okay, accordingly you just say that is it secondary, primary or tertiary. Fine. Here it is attached to 1, 2, 3 other carbons. Okay. So this you have to check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's see the next point of This is with branching we have seen, or you can say isomeric compounds. Fine. I think the last one is one more we can see if the number of halogen will increase, same number of halogen, then also the boiling point will be more. Number of halogen atom, like this. If we take methyl chloride, then methylene dichloride, then chloroform, then carbon tetrachloride. So this will be having the higher boiling point. It increases with the increase in the number of atoms. Boiling point increases with increase in the number of halogen atoms. Fine. So these are the 4 factors. Next we'll see next property, solubility. Again very important. Direct question will come, why haloalkanes are least soluble or insoluble in water. Solubility. So for solubility you have to keep in mind one universal rule, that like dissolves like. Okay, so the polar solvent dissolves in the polar solute, dissolves in the polar solvent, non-polar solute will dissolve in the non-polar solvent. So polar dissolves in polar solvent and non-polar dissolves in non-polar solvent. Okay, now here what is the thing? If you see the nature of alkyl haloalkanes, the bond is polar. Polarity is there, but still it is not soluble in water. Let's see the reason behind this. Haloalkanes are insoluble in water. Fine. Now for the solubility, now you are aware with the solution. How solution is formed? We need to break the interaction between the solute particles, and we need to break the interaction between the solvent particles, and then they have to come together, come closer to one another, then energy will release. Yes, so then only the, you can say, bond will get formed between the solute and the solvent, and the solution gets formed. Fine, and they will become soluble. Here we need to break the interaction between haloalkanes. What kind of interaction is there? You can say dipole-dipole interaction or van der Waals forces, because it's a polar bond. And in water, what kind of interaction? Hydrogen bond. Fine. So this energy, whatever energy will release when they come in contact with one another, so that energy is less. This bond breaking energy is more. Okay, so you can see haloalkanes are insoluble in water. Reason is they are unable to form hydrogen bond with water, because more energy is required to break the interaction than the energy released when haloalkane molecule come in contact with the water molecule. Okay, so this is the reason that they are unable to form hydrogen bond with water. Fine. Then the energy released is less than the energy required to break the interaction between this hydrogen bonding between the two water molecules and the haloalkane. So this you can write it here. This is the reason, and then in continuation you can write that energy released, this is the part of reason only, energy released in setting up of new interaction is less than the energy required to break the hydrogen bond between the two water molecules. So here the main reason is regarding the energy requirement. Let's see the next one. Dipole moment, the last property, dipole moment. Dipole moment, all of you know, the distance of, it is represented by mu, distance of product of distance and the charge. So more the charge separation, more will be the dipole moment. So let's see who is having more dipole moment. So look at the values, experimental values. Mu is, for this is 1.8 dBi, then 1.94 dBi, 1.79 dBi and 1.64 dBi. Okay, now see, more the charge separation, then more will be the dipole moment. Because of this product, because of this definition, it's a product of charge into distance. Fine. So here, when we move down the group, its dipole moment, it also depends upon electronegativity. Depends upon electronegativity. Down the group, electronegativity is decreasing. Yes, so that's why dipole moment is less. This is also less, but only CH3Cl is having more. See, fluorine is more electronegative. Its dipole moment is expected. It's as a concept is expected to be more than this, but it is less than this. Why? Because fluorine is small in size, due to which the bond length, CH3F bond length, become less. If bond length is becoming less, then how they will separate? So the boiling, you can say, if no charge separation will be there, then dipole moment will be less in that case. Here, the size is not that much. Size is bigger than respect to chlorine, with respect to fluorine. So that's why here you can say dipole moment is more as compared to this only. Otherwise, it is decreasing down the group. Only this is having more due to the very small size. So due to that, repulsion will be there. So the bond length will be less, so they will not be able to separate. So charge separation will not be there. So that's why bond length will become less. So you can say less charge separation. So this is the reason. So this is all about the physical properties of the haloalkanes that we have seen. Fine. The main properties are boiling point, then the dipole moment, and the next is solubility. Fine, all these you can say will come in the form of the reasoning questions. Fine. So I hope it's clear to everyone, all these properties. Again, if it is not clear, watch it again and please try to clarify your concepts related to 11th standard. That is very, very important. Okay. So in next video we'll come up with the chemical properties of the haloalkanes. Till then, just take care and thank you.